All right, so here you would just copy and paste your script in. You'll notice like spelling, grammar doesn't particularly matter unless it's going to if someone were to read this verbatim, then it matters, right? So if I took out this and I said when implementing collection tool, so you have to know the AI is going to read it word for word. So I do encourage you to kind of proofread it for that stuff. So once the script is in here, then you can pick your background music. And so
Jen.
it says yep.
Okay, I'm just looking. Does it look like it seems like it may have a character limit? It says
That's because I'm on the free version.
okay. All right, thank you. I just was okay.
Yep, no, that's a great question. So on the free version, there's a lot of limitations. They really make it it's actually a good way to try it out, but not a good way to use it.
Okay.
So here you can pick what you want your background music to be. So you
Spooky.
can pick spooky, good one. And then here you can, again, this is really kind of helping to scaffold the prompting for you. So you can use a female voice. You can use a clear American voice. These are kind of funny. New Yorker accents,
Southern.
Californian,
Let's see.
Southern, Midwestern, right? It's actually a lot of fun to play with. There are also English accents, Australian accents, there's a bunch of Indian accents, a bunch of accents. Um, and then you can identify if there's speakers if you want more than one person in your speaker. I've only been playing with narrator, but you can add more speakers by clicking the plus button here. This is a subtitle to the video. And because I'm on the free version, it is requiring me to use a watermark on my video. If you pay for it, you don't have to do that.
I wonder if your
This
watermark
is,
can be just space, space, space.
I can't change
Okay.
it, I think. Maybe I can. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, maybe. No, there we go, Alan. I like it.
Hack, hack.
iStock is where the images come from, and once you create a video and download it, it actually gives you the license to use the images in the video. I have not done any research on that. It just simply says it. So I'm going to take it at its word for now. And then here it's defining what audio you want to use. I have not taken a huge deep dive into that. I just kind of click buttons and go, to be honest. So here you can see it put everything, the script in here, and it's saying create a video using exactly the script. And then I'm going to click generate video. And so what this does now, which does take time. So when I say it takes me like 2 minutes, and granted, I'm haphazardly clicking things right now. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it. But it does take time for the video to actually generate. And so it could take up to, I've had it take about 7 minutes maybe for a 15-minute video. And so what you will see is this will start working. And then when it actually loads, you can play the video. It has the watermarks all over it. And you can then make suggestions to change it. For example, you can say, make the music happier, make the music, only happen in chapter 2. So it'll break up the video into different chapters. So it's actually super efficient. You can change the visuals that you see in the video, like make it all high school students in the video. So it actually ends up being really neat. I can actually switch over and just repeat really quickly in a different account if you want to stop recording, and then I can show you once we can let Nicole present, and then I can show you the video that it makes after she's done presenting if you guys want to. I didn't realize I was at the end of my free.
forces you to condense your information a little bit more, but I found ChatGPT helped me do that. And then in the end, it produced what I wanted. So if you go to create with AI in your Powtoon account and you go to, and by the way, the text to speech is where you can use the AI voiceover generator to get the voices with different nationalities, sex, etc. But I'm going to show you very briefly AI generator, the video generator. So, and I didn't prepare a presentation, so, and it's a little temperamental, so I'm not going to do the whole thing for you, but I'll show you like the end product. But you're just going to similarly like create some details. I want to explain a topic. My topic is about specific learning disability evaluation in schools. I'm going to say that my audience is educators, whoops, and that I want it to be 1.5 minutes. Now it's going to come up with like a title. I actually never really loved these titles, so I like just ended up changing it afterward, but I guess it's trying to take your main idea and make it real catchy, right? Unlocking potential, the gardener's guide to unique minds, but it's also pulling the artistic aspect that it's going to put together. Journey of discovery. I don't really love any of these. I could say regenerate, I guess. I'm like, people, it's for teachers. It's not really any, it's not a gardener's anything. Here we go. Nice and boring. Yes. Yes. Add final details. Okay, so the 3 main points, and I think I asked ChatGPT to take my text and make it 3 main points, and I want to say it was still too long. So this is just an example of how it can be a little clunky as compared to like what Jen described. Hang on. Whoops, I don't know why it has that bullet there, but we'll just leave it there for now. Whoops. And I'm just copying and pasting. It doesn't seem to care whether you get it exactly right, like as far as, you know, I can have typos. Oh, I ran out of room. I don't want to promote a band. Take the Bridge RI course to learn more. Okay, background music. I would like it to be uplifting. Generate the video. It's very similar, takes a few minutes. And then you're going to play it, and then you're going to make any changes you want, and it's just like the Powtoon you've seen many, many times. But I think that's the hardest part of the Powtoon one is you can't just insert like this ginormous script. Like you have to put in this more condensed one, and then later on there's like text on the side and you can put in your full script and change the voices and such. I didn't find it terrible, but it definitely wasn't like gonna spit out a pretty close to done video like the one that Jen just shared. It does have a lot of customization options though, and you know, for this one we already have the paid version, which is nice, so all those barriers for now are removed. I don't know if it will let me. Can I leave my screen? I don't know if it'll let me, so I'm not going to do it. It's almost done.
Nicole, that voice generator, while we're waiting, I'll fill the space. Can you just generate a voice with a script and then export that as an audio file and drop it in?
I want to say yes. I have not used it that way. That's the reason why I say I want to say yes, because, you know, I might think
I
it can
want
do
you to say yes too, so we agree. Which
I
therefore I
have
think it should
definitely
work.
used it where I put a script in, created the voiceover, and then had, to some degree, I created the Powtoon after the fact. So I think I could have stopped at the voice and
Yeah.
downloaded it, but I just didn't.
Or even in some courses, I've done just here's an audio introduction or explanation, you know?
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can, you know, we don't use avatars and stuff, but their AI, they're building, Powtoon is, you know, they have to keep up with all these competitors. So it's building, it's almost done. Come on. Okay, here we go.
It will serve no video before its time. Can't hear it. Nicole, I can't hear it. Can you share your computer audio in the audio settings on Zoom? I think you have to do it.
Can the rest of you hear it? Oh, weird. Okay,
I think
so I pulled out my headphones, so hang on. Mac Pro speakers, it says Pro speak. Can you hear me talking?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, well. Still, no?
It's like it's trying. Jen, you're
Well,
mute.
it's really just uplifting music.
Jen knows what to, oh, so it doesn't have the script in it?
Nope.
Okay, okay.
I can do, so when I go to customize, you can see on the side, there is a voiceover. I just haven't yet added the script. So let me move your faces so I can show you. Here is the, you see the icon? That's the voice generator. So here's the script. Now I'm gonna pick Zeus.
Discover the ultimate wireless earbuds, crystal
You hear
clear
that?
sound, sleep.
In this
Yes.
training, video, discover
Okay, and
best
you
practices
can,
for
you
enhancing
can pick
team
different
collaboration.
like purposes of the voices. They come out different, male, female, different options. And then, you know, there's a whole voices library.
Cool.
So, so once you click that, so I picked Zeus and I'll hit generate. Now, when I play this slide, it will have the audio. It will have the,
In this video, we explore how schools evaluate specific learning disability.
so I'm going to extend the video length because I want all my words to be read. And now when you watch this, our faces keep getting in my way. So if I start from the beginning,
In this video, we explore how schools evaluate specific learning disabilities.
can you hear that? See that?
Yep.
Okay. So basically then you just go slide by slide. If you don't like the image, you swap it out. If you don't like the words, you click the cog and you change the font, the color, the wording. You know, you can make the slide longer or shorter.
You would
can add-
definitely swap out cognitive assessment on this.
so like as an example, here's the one I made from and then I'll move on to something else because I know this wasn't even my intended topic, but this was the one I made from the SLD ID script, which is literally just the script that we agreed upon as a content group. Hello. Looks like this.
In this video, we explore how schools
that's not
evaluate
it.
specific learning.
That's the one I just did. Sorry.
In Rhode Island, schools identify learning disabilities using a response to intervention or multi-tiered system of supports approach. This replaced the old cognitive discrepancy method, often called the wait to fail model. Wondering why we made that change in 2010? Here are a few reasons. The old method of identifying learning disabilities required students to struggle for a long time before the learning gap was large enough, aka wait to fail. From 2010 on, the MTSS approach focused instead on providing support more proactively. Studies found that using IQ scores like in the wait to fail model to determine if a student has a learning disability.
Okay, I think you get the gist of it. But like I didn't change a ton in here. So it did a decent job with like the visuals, and most of the things I changed had to do with ethnic diversity mostly. Like it might end up being too many like white women kind of a thing, and just I might. But anyway, so that's that. Any further questions on this? And again, I don't claim to be an expert. I literally have done one. Okay, so first thing I want to show you is that I needed to try the new tool. What's it called?
Scribe.
Scribe.
I made a scribe of what I'm going to show you. So I will try to show you right now step by step, but you can always come back to the scribe to get the instructions again. Okay. Okay. So you're going to want a video. So let's say you're doing something in a course and you're like, hey, I need a video on this point, but I don't have one yet. The first thing you're going to do is go to your Launchpad and you're going to type in QuickTime. My QuickTime needs to be searched. It doesn't come up automatically. So I'll give you a moment. If you can, please type in QuickTime and pull it up unless,
Thanks.
okay, so I'm going to double click it. And when I get in, this opens up. I don't know why. You techies might know why, but I just hit cancel. Okay. Then at the bottom, you now have your QuickTime player if you didn't already. Now you're going to double click this. And you're going to hit new screen recording. I'll pause. I see, Michelle, you have a question.
I can't find QuickTime, so I'm just lost already, but that's okay. I'll just watch.
Okay. Michelle, go back to the launch finder,
What does it look like? What's the icon look like?
Launchpad. Can
No,
you
I'm
type?
in Launchpad. What does QuickTime look like?
The Q. It's a
the Q.
silver Q.
In a black box with blue inside the Q,
Okay.
capital Q.
I'll just
Can you
search
see
it.
my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but we can't see the pop-up that you said no to.
Interesting.
Oh, now I can. Now I can see where it says desktop. I couldn't the
Michelle,
first time.
in my Launchpad, when I click it, QuickTime isn't an icon in and of itself. It's in
is.
a folder called Other.
That's why I go to the search bar in the Launchpad.
I did the search bar and now I have something that says QuickTime Player iCloud.
I wonder if maybe our laptops are set up differently.
Yeah,
'Cause I thought
that's
that
what
was
I have too,
the
Michelle.
standard Mac thing. I thought, are your laptops newer or older than mine?
Mine's newer.
Michelle's, I think, is, yeah. Michelle B
Michelle's
is newer, but
newest.
Michelle,
Could one of you
Huh.
share for just a second? And those of us who use QuickTime might be able to make sense of it.
I can, let's see. This is what I get.
Right. So you have to hit cancel there. It happens every single time.
Now it's
And
the bar on the bottom, if that's the same thing that happens to me.
or at the very top, you usually, right now we're in Zoom, but at the very top bar, right next to the white apple in the upper left, it'll say QuickTime, and then I can go to
Got it.
create it there.
So I clicked Launchpad, typed in QuickTime. QuickTime. Selected it. I got the cloud here.
Cancel.
So I hit cancel. And then it brought me to the QuickTime player up here. I hit file, new movie recording, or new file, whichever you want us to hit. But I hit new movie just to see if I could get into it. And it brought me into QuickTime.
And I end up usually doing new screen recording.
Yeah, I just picked the first thing just to make certain I could get in.
Yeah, you're probably recording yourself right now.
I am.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing is, whereas when I open mine, it's on the toolbar at the bottom. In Michelle B's, when she opens it, it's up across the top. But either way, it's going to open some random file that you just have to hit cancel. And it does that every time, and I don't know why. Okay. Okay, so here's the big old cancel. Whoops. I opened QuickTime, it opens this big old file, cancel, then open QuickTime. For me, it's down here.
You also
It's
have
also
it
at the top.
Oh, I have it at the top too. I've
Yeah,
never
you
used
do.
it
We all
before.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to hit new screen recording. Okay, so down here is your toolbar for your recording. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. I can't. So I can either click record and it's going to start in 5 seconds. I can adjust the options, such as I want it to start recording right away. I want it to start recording in 5 seconds. I want it to start recording in 10 seconds. Right now I have it set to no sound. Can you see the bar or no?
Yeah.
Options? Okay. I have it set to no sound, or I can set it to the headset sound or the computer sound.
That's something that I have found occasionally changes on me, and I'll do a whole recording and there's no sound. So
I don't find with this that it changes for me.
I'm just going to say what has happened to me. So I recommend checking the settings every single time. You know,
And if you want to show mouse clicks, you click that down here, but these are basically all your options. Over here, you have your 2 screen options. One is to record a selected screen portion, and you can make it bigger and shrink it, or you can do the entire screen. And I never use these pieces over here, but those are other options too. I don't even know what they mean. One is a camera picture. It's not even a video. But basically, if you pick your selection and then click record, I clicked 5 seconds in. It's doing right now 3, 2, 1. Now I'm recording. Testing, 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 testing. I'm recording. And when I'm done, I'm going to hit Control, Command, Escape. My file comes up. I can watch it and see if it came out right. If it came out right, I name it and put it on my desktop.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
I'm sorry, Ellen, so go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say quickly, when you're recording, in that upper bar, the same one that says QuickTime, File, Edit, over on the left-hand side, over on the right-hand side, but to the left of the icons you currently have, there's like just a black circle. That's also your indicator that you're recording, so that's another way to stop the recording. You can go there and click on that.
Yes, I do. So if I, for example, am trying to do a screencast to show somebody an issue on Bridge, how do I select that screen? Like you showed me your desktop. Is it like Zoom where you get options to open different screens?
Ellen, I don't use multiple screens. Do you know the answer to that? I just know that for me, I only do either full screen. Go ahead, please. I don't know the answer to
Can I
that.
share for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to my Launchpad. I find QuickTime in my other. And it is down here in my bar all the time, but the Zoom bar is hiding it. So this is the last thing that I recorded. But I'm going to come to File, new screen recording, and the square comes up. And so I resize that. Like if I'm doing a screencast, Michelle, I'll do like that presenter view, like we did yesterday for the recording, and just have the slides visible.
Okay,
Then-
so my
Yep.
question is, so up in the top left-hand corner where it says QuickTime Player, File, Edit, that's open when I go to different screens. So if I'm on,
What up here you're saying where it said File, Edit? Yes, if you go to
Yeah.
other screens, after you've hit create a screen recording,
It
when
shows
it
up.
comes up, you want to set this up first. So I would always make sure I have what I want to record visible first. And then you check your options and then hit record. And you notice here's the circle up at the top. It shows we're recording. Now this is in the way. So I'm just going to click here and make it go away. I can chop that off later. And I can show the person, hey, this is where you type in your name, and it's going to capture that. And when I'm finished, I hit stop. Jen, do you want me to keep it recording for your question?
No, are you recording? I don't know.
I'm just recording in QuickTime as an
Oh,
example.
I didn't even know you were recording. No, that's fine. You can you can stop
Okay.
recording.
So then you stop and your screen recording immediately comes up. That's what Nicole was showing. And so see how this is here? I'm going to end up chopping it up in iMovie and cutting that off.
If you hit Command Shift 5, that little menu that Nicole and Ellen.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't ever need to find QuickTime. The features are on the bottom. So like
Yep.
the recording that
Yeah.
Nicole was showing and
Cool.
all that.
Yep.
And then the one that you're currently on, I think you're currently on it. That's a screenshot. So you can
Oh yeah, but I
bigger,
could do that.
smaller. And then the under options is where it'll save. So you can save it. And I'm sure Nicole does that with her videos. Like you can save it to your desktop, all of the things that Nicole just showed. And then the recording one, if you're ever doing like hey, this is where you're having issues with Bridge, you can record like Ellen showed you, like the snippet of the screen, or you can record your whole screen as well. It does do both.
Okay, well, I want to show you really quickly again that if you later on, except that now you know you don't have to do Launchpad and enter QuickTime, you can do Command Shift 5. But everything from that point on, Michelle, or anybody else, is the directions are in here.
Okay.
You know, so you could practice going through them all.
Thank you.
And okay, so going to iMovie, if you don't already know or have it on your bar, if you click your Launchpad, you're going to click iMovie. I'm in a project. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so when you open iMovie, you're going to click Create New, click Movie. When you enter, normally there's nothing in here. You're going to want to drag and drop a video into this queue over here. So
Where do you get the videos to drag and drop? Because that's where I can't find what I need to put in there.
right. So as an example, I just did that test on QuickTime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's on my desktop. So one way you can do it is just to drag and drop straight from your desktop, right? So here's the test I just made in QuickTime.
Okay.
I'm going to drag it over and drop it.
Okay.
So that's
Got
one way.
Okay.
If it was in Zoom that you made the video, you would download it.
Mm-hmm.
And then over here, you would go into your downloads. So I would probably go to my Finder. I'd click my downloads. I think it helps if you click by the kind of file, and you'll find videos listed, MP4s. Okay, so if I went into Finder, downloads, now you can see all my videos I've ever downloaded.
Okay.
So I'll take another one, drag it, drop it.
Oh, so you can have two there at the same time.
Yep, you can put 6, you can put 5. Sometimes when I'm building a video, I'll say, ooh, I needed a visual there. I'll use QuickTime, make the visual, come back, add it in.
Okay.
Okay, so we're good so far?
Yes.
Okay. I think the first thing I had listed on that thing to show you was initially when you put it in, you can decide there's this thing over here that kind of irons out the level of detail you're going to see in each video. I'm going to get rid of this first one simply just to not have more than one video. Okay, so first thing I do is click the video. I increase the detail because what that does is, let me make it bigger. I can see Michelle. Oh, I can't make it bigger, Michelle. I'm sorry. If I make it less detailed, see it like that? See how tiny the video looks and how hard it is to manipulate? Can you guys see that in the bottom corner? If I
Yes.
extend the settings out further, now the talking is so much more detailed. You can see the vocals at the bottom, and the visuals are so much more spread out that it's easier to edit.
And how did you do that? You just drug the edge?
This right here,
That line?
see where it says settings and you drag it?
Settings. Oh, I'm sorry. My pictures of people were over that. I see. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, oh, that's true. It's very annoying. This is way better done in person. Okay, the next thing I do is I adjust the audio right away. That's up here on the upper right-hand toolbar over the images, over the sort of slides. You click the one that has the little speaker and you click auto. And what that does is it takes all the audio in this one file and makes it all what automatically should be adjusted. And the reason you do that now, not later, is because once you start dividing up the video chunks, you'd have to do it on every single chunk separately. Does that make sense? So do it ahead of time so that it's all set. Also, let's say you had a very slow speaker. Some people just talk really slowly. If you click the speedometer icon, you can click custom speed setting. And the most I ever go is like 102% kind of a thing. Jenna talks fast, so my going to 102 is not a good idea. Actually, Jenna talks fast. I can go down to 98% and slow her talking down. Okay, so this is the speed of the talking. Another thing that you sometimes need to edit ahead of time before you start chunking things up is the cropping of the image. So you see the slide image over here? You can
Mhm.
either hit fit, which will basically keep the video as is. You can hit crop to fill. So I don't want that black outside stuff. Of course, it has to keep a rectangle shape though, so sometimes doing that doesn't work. Or I can do Ken Burns, which is you're going to start the video at a certain point. Here's the starting point. Whoops. Here's the starting point, and then I'm going to have it end here. So I'll show you right now. You guys can't hear Jenna, but she sounds like a munchkin. Okay, you can't really see the Ken Burns too well. Hang on, let me, because it's so long, let me show you really quick in a little bit more of an easy way. Okay, so the Ken Burns, we're going to start in the upper right-hand corner and we're going to end in the lower right-hand corner and we're going to make it all about Jenna.
Oh,
Oh, I
Oh,
words. And
that's
you know what? And between, I would say this is, and I did put this on the scribe thing. Edit, undo is your friend.
yeah. Command
Anytime
Z.
you did anything wrong, edit, undo, edit, undo. You can go
And
back.
where's that?
Nicole, Command Z.
Man Z,
Oh.
okay.
So I'm gonna even undo the split I made. Why undo split?
Edit Command Z. Well, okay.
Okay, so for now, I'll keep the screen up here. There's other things. I never really use the other things. There's like color and, you know, reducing background noise. I've tinkered with them a lot. I have never found them to be very helpful, me personally, but you're welcome to try these things up here.
I will say if you're not recording in an absolutely quiet environment or you're using your noise canceling headphones, so it might not be picking up on stuff. I always have light hum, stuff like that in the background. So
Yep.
I always do at least 50% reduced background noise.
Okay, hang on one second. I just want to try to follow somewhat the order that's in this thing so that if you go back and you want to try it, okay. I needed to remember what my next step was. Okay, we're all good?
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing you may want to do is you might say before this video starts, well, first of all, you can see that my video over here has some dead air in the beginning, right? So I can either click and drag the beginning of it like this, but then you have to move the video to the right. I prefer instead to just find the real spot where I want it to start, double click, hit split, which is literally splitting the video, and then I'm going to delete the beginning.
And you just highlight it and click delete and it's gone.
Or you can double click and it says delete as an option.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
I've done that before. Do you have to do something else to save it after the fact? Because I feel like I've done that. Like that's the thing that I have trouble with is I'm trying to crop dead air off the beginning and the end. And then it comes back. Like, I don't know, did I do something not complete?
I
Did
don't
not
know.
take?
I haven't had that experience. I mean, I think that I think that the most surefire way to do it right is just split and delete. So if you have a video in iMovie right now, just practice, right? So this is a fake video for me. So I'm just going to split, delete, split. And if you want to just highlight it and double click, see the tab for delete right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just keep practicing.
Okay,
I
And
have not
Michelle-
ever had it come back unless I hit edit undo.
okay.
A way to check would also be, see how it says right now it's 0 out of 129 in the center above the whole script, the whole
Yep.
thing. Nicole, can you do a split somewhere? Do a split. Okay, and now just highlight the first part. Okay, highlight that. Can you see how it's 2 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
So now if you delete it, the whole thing is going to come down by 2. Or it's going to go down. So it's a way, because I know what you mean. I get into so much chopping up that I'm like, because that's the only thing I can do is what you're showing right now, Nicole. I'm like, oh, did it really go? And it's one of the ways I'm like, well, what was the total time, and now what does it say?
Okay. So next thing is at the beginning of the thing, you might want a title. think most people know how to do this, but you click
Yeah.
title, this toolbar on the upper left-hand corner, I'm clicking title. And you can see there's a variety of options. Most of them I find annoying and sophomoric, but it's up to you. And you can do it two ways. One is to drag the title to put it in the front of your video. Then you click the text in the actual slides and type. You can, when you hit play, you might say, ooh, it's too long on the title slide. You can shorten it by dragging it shorter or longer. And that's one way to do it, the insert. Another way, which I usually do with a different type of title, is to do the overlay.
Oh, cool.
So instead of doing it as its own, like, so sometimes I download a Canva video of like Rhode Island rivers, and then I put the voices from the field on top of Rhode Island rivers because it's just a little prettier. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and you can, at that point, you might decide, you know what, that kind of text box doesn't work. Instead, I want it to be, hey, this is Jenna speaking about X, right? So here now we can write Jenna's name and introduce her. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And again, just like last time, so when you want to type on the title, you come over here to the slide area. But when you want to adjust the tool itself, like make it shorter, make it longer, it's over here.
Okay.
Oh, let's add some audio. Okay, so let's say that you want the beginning. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Hang. Let's say you want to have this title slide be its own title slide here, and you want it to have some fun music to start your video off. Like if we had a bridge, logo, song, which we don't. You, on the same toolbar in this upper left-hand corner, you're going to click audio. And then for each of these options, you click the little play icon to hear what they sound like. You can't hear this because I have my headphones on, but I'll give you a moment to pick a few. And there's lots of different ones. There's not just music. There's like airplane takeoff and like, you know, very, very silly ones. There's music, jazz music, stuff like that. But if you find one you like, I'll take the Windy City Long. I highlight it, drag it down. And just like you did with the title slide, you just drop it in the area of the video that you want. Now notice that my Windy City Long is a 30-second audio. I don't want it 30 seconds. I want it to stop here at 20, whatever this is, 4.2 seconds. So I'm going to go to the very end of the audio and simply click the end and drag it back. Whoops, a little too far. You can also double click. Oops,
Split.
it's not going to let me do it. Sometimes you can double click and split it as well, but you can just drag it.
Okay.
So Nicole, is that how I'm looking at, there's like this weird arc that has shown up in the audio clip. Is that how you fade the music out?
That's what it is. Yeah.
How
I mean, I
how
didn't do it
make-
that time. It looks like it did it on its own, but sometimes I do that.
All right. And what if I've noticed sometimes you've got people talking or you're talking, but there's some background music that's lower. How do you, through in the background?
So if I took Windy City and put it over here,
Yeah.
okay, this is video where Jenna's talking.
Yeah.
So here, the Windy City is the music / jingle, whatever. And you see this yellow bar that I have the two
Yeah.
arrows up and down? That's the volume.
You can bring it down.
Oh, cool.
So I can just lower it to the point where it makes me happy. And if I decide that it needs to go longer, I just keep expanding it out.
Cool.
Cool.
You can also adjust like when it fades out and fades in. Like you can
Yeah,
have
look, you're right, right.
a longer fade out or a shorter fade out, and same the other way around.
You're,
So-
does everybody know how to do transitions? It's pretty,
Yes.
okay.
Only thing I know how to do. One of my biggest problems is I don't know where to put things or where to find things, like where it says projects. That's part of where I've gotten tripped up before.
Okay, well, let's think of, okay, so when you open, you're going to see sort of like your dash. It's almost like your library, right? These are all the videos you worked on at some point. And when you're starting a new one, you're going to create new, but you might be going back to an old one. Okay. So when I click it, initially it's going to open like this.
Yeah.
So over here, these are your files on the various parts of your computer, right? I could even, but I always just click and drag. I really don't use this area much. And then usually you put your media in here to pull down. And so I don't really do much else up there. And then over here, at least for me, I don't know about others, I use the stock audio and video. I use the stock titles. I use the stock backgrounds and the stock transitions. And any editing I want to do to my actual video is here or in the icons down here. So I don't really go anywhere else.
So how did so go back to where you just were. Okay, it says projects.
The main, this one, the dash.
Okay, so projects is where it saves anything you've been working on?
Yeah.
Or your finished videos? Is that a correct?
Some of them are finished, some of them are not. Like right now, I just closed, when I wanted to head back over here, it made me name this. Right?
Okay.
It made me, it might not be a complete video, but it made me name it because now it exists here and it has to have a name.
Okay, so iMovie Library isn't what you've aren't the videos you've been working on. That's projects, correct?
This is where the videos I clicked and dragged, this is where they are.
All right.
Like it's this, but in each individual project, I think. And techie people, if I'm wrong, please feel free to jump in because
part of me is I have a problem finding things. That's why I'm asking these probably stupid questions because every time I open, I'm like, iMovie Library and I get lost in this screen.
How about you bypass that entirely? Simply get the video you want either on your desktop or in your downloads and drag it right down here.
Yeah, I guess my problem is, let's say I'm working on, this is why I'm asking the questions. I work on something, I don't finish it, and I want to come back to it a later time. I go to projects to find it. Is that right?
And as long as you saved it, it'll be here. Yep.
But I have to save it. How do I save it?
When you go to leave, if it doesn't already have a name, so like watch. I'm going to create a new. I'm going to pull something from my desktop. I'm sure I've got a million videos up here, to be honest. Gonna pull this video, boom. Okay, now I did nothing, but I want to stop working for now. Close my projects. So you want to give it a name. This is anxiety course video intro. Now, the next time you come in there, that's what it's going to look like.
So then I pull it up, I work on it. And when I hit projects again, it'll force a save. Is that?
It actually can, once you've named it, it just keeps saving it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I think that's what blew up my last computer because I'd eaten up all my memory.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I even delete, like I don't even keep them all. Like I do delete them. See, like if I click the three dots, I can hit delete project.
Okay. All right.
Project, you can have multiple videos, Michelle, which I think is like you can have a project with 50 pictures, right? And the whole video can just be like a slide deck of pictures and videos going through. And so that lives within the project. You think of it as like a recipe. The project is all the stuff that goes into the recipe.
So the project isn't the name of the video?
It is, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but there are multiple. So like a quiche is the project. My project is making a quiche, but I need a whole bunch of stuff to make a quiche. And so the clips and the videos and the pictures and the voiceover and the music are all the ingredients to the project.
But
And that's what you see in My Media. The My Media is all the ingredients. The project is the thing you're creating.
Although if you click and drag it to your work area down here, like I do, it doesn't even live up here in the My Media.
If
I
you
mean,
go to
you-
audio and video, that stuff's not in there.
yeah,
Mine's,
I'm working with it right down here.
mine stays up in the media and it comes down. That's
Mine
weird.
doesn't. I click and drag. I don't upload it. I think the thing is you upload it. I don't upload it. I just click and drag it.
Oh, I see. Well, sometimes I drag it, but I drag it into my media first and then down to
I
the
don't.
bottom.
So just to clarify, as long as I've named it, it's gonna auto save it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think maybe that's what my problem has been, is I haven't named something.
Well, if you don't name it, it's going to prompt, do you want to save it? But the name of it will be My Movie 8 or My Movie 9 or My Movie 10.
Which is over here.
And
I'm
it's
on
also
media.
in projects. If you go to projects right now, Nicole, you have a My Movie something. Up at upper left projects.
Oh. Oh,
See?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Because
I mean-
usually the ones I leave as my movie, I don't intend to keep long term. I'm going to delete them.
Okay. I guess,
But I used to not name them and then I'm like, what the hell, where the hell is that? It was there.
And if I click the entire library right here, it's going to be every video I have had in my media across various movies.
See the little microphone to the lower left of Courtney?
Yep.
Can you put slides up there that you've just recorded going through and here's where you put in your audio?
Yeah, this is recording a voiceover. So like if you clicked through slides and you wanted to record right here in iMovie,